Good morning to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd like to do today is go through a book, an interesting book indeed, entitled Mother Hunger, and is authored by a lady named Kelly McDaniel and published on the 20th of July 2021. And this book explores the concept of mother hunger, which refers to the unmet needs for nurturance, protection, and guidance that can affect women throughout their lives. So the first key point to come from this book is where the author talks about the unmet maternal needs, which have long-lasting effects. And McDaniel explains that mother hunger is the emotional pain caused by a lack of maternal care, and it can deeply affect women's emotional health and relationships well into their adulthood. Mother hunger comes in three distinct forms, according to the author. The book identifies the three primary forms of unmet maternal needs. The first one being nurturance, basic care and love. The second one being protection, feeling safe and secure. And the third one being guidance, learning how to navigate the world and how to navigate life. According to the author here, mother hunger affects relationships, and it's seen that women who experience mother hunger often struggle in their adult relationships, seeking the love, safety, or guidance that they didn't receive from their own mothers, which can lead to unhealthy relationship patterns. The author goes on to talk about the impact of societal expectations on mothers, and McDaniel discusses at length how societal pressures on mothers to be perfect contributes to the cycle of unmet needs, because it's through these unrealistic expectations placed on mothers can actually limit their ability to fully nurture, protect, or guide their children, because regardless of what they do, they are being criticised and made to feel uncomfortable and bad about themselves. The author goes on to talk about the importance of healing and makes a valid point that the healing process, in fact, begins by recognising and acknowledging the unmet maternal needs. And the author, McDaniel, encourages readers to identify their specific type of mother hunger to begin the journey of self-compassion and eventual and hopeful recovery. The role of self-compassion in healing is also an important point. Developing self-compassion is indeed crucial in healing from the pains and the pangs of mother hunger. McDaniel emphasises that it's important to forgive yourself for the ways you've coped with the pain and begin to offer yourself the care that you've missed all your life. We look at the boundaries and the essential impact of boundaries in the recovery process. And the author emphasises the importance of setting firm and unambiguous boundaries, especially in relationships with mothers or other family members who may have contributed to the lack of nurturance or protection, because boundaries help create emotional safety during the healing process and are very, very important and necessary that they are upheld, protected, and honoured and respected. The next point that the author talks about is mother hunger can actually be generational and something that is passed from generation to generation. The book highlights that the cycle of unmet needs can indeed be passed down through generations from mother to mother to mother, with mothers who experienced their own emotional deprivation unintentionally repeating the same patterns with their own daughters. This is really sad, but of course a reality and really powerful to talk about. The author goes on to talk about how we deal with these things and how we try and solve them. And of course, having supportive relationships can foster and help the healing process. McDaniel encourages finding supportive, nurturing relationships in adulthood to fill the void and fill the gap, and to fill some of the emotional gaps left by mother hunger. Therapy, friendships, and romantic relationships can play a key role in the healing. And the final point, the final learning to come from this book is where we look at the realization and the reality that healing is possible, but at times it takes time and lots of patience. Healing from mother hunger is a long-term process that requires perseverance and patience. McDaniel stresses that recovery isn't linear, and this is a profound point. Nothing in life is linear. Everything comes in ups and downs, and hopefully progressing in an upward trend over time, but it definitely isn't linear. Just like aging isn't linear, healing isn't linear, and grieving and recovery from grieving isn't linear as well. That is probably the best takeaway from this book for me, just that understanding that things in life aren't linear in any way, shape or form, unless of course you're very, very fortunate and you're very, very lucky. But the author also reminds us that whilst recovery isn't linear, with self-awareness, the right support and consistent effort, healing is possible. So this book, this concept, Mother Hunger, offers deep insights into how unmet emotional needs from childhood can affect adult life, relationships, and mental health, while providing guidance for healing through self-awareness and setting boundaries and supportive connections. A powerful book, and something that I'm really pleased to have been able to present today, because I know it's valuable.